It is July 3rd, 2023. I have 4 days free. That is to say, 4 days without obligation nor commitment. And I deemed it a worthwhile expenditure of one of those days to climb up to the top of Engle Peak in the Cabinet Mountains of western Montana and see what kind of view it has to offer. The last time I did this hike, or rather, last time I attempted this hike was last year in early December. I came up with Steve and made it to the trailhead in my four-wheel drive, but it was a snow hike, and we knew that it was going to be a snow hike. There was about a foot of snow at the bottom of the trailhead, and then as we ascended the ridge, I was probably 4 feet, I'd say, on average up there, already that early in the year. We had one pair of snowshoes with us, but we high-stepped it for as long as we could until we ran out of time. And like many goals that we set out to reach in our lives, we ran out of time before we were able to achieve that one. But not today. Today, I predict lots of snow, lots of sunshine, and not a snowball in sight. It is a fine day with a clear sky, and here in the trees it is quite cool. I'd say 68, 69 degrees Fahrenheit, something like that. That said, I have no delusions that once I clear the trees, get to the top of the ridge, and climb towards the peak of the mountain, exposed in the afternoon sun, that the sun will be anything but merciless. I expect to get scorched and baked on the rocks, but I'm probably carrying 2 gallons of water in my backpack, so I think I'll be just fine. This hike is about 10 miles up and back, with somewhere around 3/4 of a mile elevation gain. So, you know, it's not the most grueling hike, but it's a pretty good stroll for a day hike. A day hike in the sun. So you might be wondering, if I have 4 days off for the 4th of July holidays, why am I not engaged in revelry and the merriment associated typically with this time of year, out there with friends, eating too much, popping off fireworks, that sort of thing? Well, frankly, I find it thought-provoking to observe how, when granted respite from their day-to-day duties, how others choose to spend these days of deviation from the normalcy of their lives. Personally, I relish the precious moments that that I can enjoy in solitude, detached from societal distraction, and just be at peace with myself and the world around me. And here I am. Thank you for joining me vicariously. If we live to the ripe old age of 80 years old, and many of us shall not, this gives us approximately 4,000 weeks to live. 4,000. How many of these weeks have we already expended? How many of these weeks do we have remaining? How many of these weeks have we optimized? How many of these have we lived to the fullest? How many do we have left that we're going to live to the fullest? Perhaps it's time for us to think about that. Have I always used my time wisely? Have I? Well, not always. I've wasted a lot of it. I've often heard it lamented that life is too short. Well, too short relative to what? Life is sufficiently long to achieve many great things, if only we prioritize that which we deem worthy of our best effort. It's not that there's too little time, it's that we waste so much of it. Well, I'm not going to presume to tell you what you should prioritize in your life. It's up to all of us to make that determination. For me, I prioritize this fine day on a Montana mountain. I'm exactly where I want to be. we're almost out of the woods for good, and going to be scrambling up scree from here on out. Sun-baked scree. If it ain't burning, you ain't learning. All right, how about it? I'm not using it anyway. This little bee found some salt. Yummy, huh? Yummy. I'd say I have about a mile to go till I get to the top of Engle Peak, and probably 800 to 1,000 feet more of elevation gain. So, and it's going to be on the hot rocks, exposed to the sun. So I'm not out of the woods yet, literally or figuratively, but maybe I'll see an angel up there. Engel in German means angel. Wann die Wachen schlafen gehen, man kann uns beim Himmel sehen. Wir haben Angst und sind allein. Gott weiß, ich will kein Engel sein. Verstehen Sie mich? Perhaps. Anyway, probably won't see an angel up there. But I might see a tired, sunburned, bald-headed old man eating pine nuts. Well, I'd say I have another half mile to the top, and maybe another 500 or 600 feet of elevation gain. I'm getting there. Gott weiß, ich will kein Engel sein. Ah. Here's your canvas. Here's your canvas blue. Rainbow colors too. Touch your brush to it. Long flowing locks of flax and gold. Send your soul through it. Paint your day, your moment. Set your image glowing, knowing it shall pass as all things do, but surpassing all things for a moment. Here's your canvas. What picture will you paint? I suspect that I shall have ample time for self-reflection on my way from here to there, perhaps sufficient for some predication of wisdom, so that in my old age I can look back at this day as time well invested.